Hey, and welcome back to Power of the Programmer. This is section 7.3, and we're going to be covering Flask. Flask, to pull up the documentation, is a web development a web development library for Python. It's extremely powerful, extremely quick. Some other alternatives to this are Django, and Flask is my preferred favorite. It's extremely quick, extremely versatile, and you can get started from zero to project in under a week. I've used it for a lot of my projects, and it follows the REST framework, as well as the CRUD. It can do CRUD. It can all do SQL. It can do the whole. It can read, which is read, edit, append, and delete. CRUD is create, uh, retrieve, update, and delete. They're both extremely valuable frameworks in web development. Basically, breaking those down. They're for understanding databases. Databases. There's two main databases types. There's SQL, which is the one that's very extremely popular. If you've heard of MySQL, Postgres, older programs all use SQL. It's very standard and it's very similar to an Excel sheet. A newer framework is called NoSQL, which is better for large unlabeled data because it is based on JSON. And JSON, like remember the last section, is a data file that has unorganized data. The difference between this and that, the NoSQL and SQL, is that there's no order in NoSQL. So it's really good if you don't know what your information type is. But the downside is that it's not as fast as SQL because SQL everything is ordered, just runs a little bit faster. SQL is great if you already know exactly what data you're going to be using, but NoSQL works better in certain situations when you are like starting up and you need to make a lot of changes really quickly if you need to work fast. But SQL is great because it has speed, it has proper indexing, and the standard functions are just a lot more accepted. So Flask is a small web development framework. You can check it out here. We're not going to go super in depth from this, but like you can see that a simple application is really just 6 lines. Basically, what it does is you declare separate functions. Remember, functions are reusable blocks of code for different routes. So for example, if you had to go to google.com, this is the home route, and this is basically what the / is. It loads up a template, which is the Google homepage in this situation, instead of running hello world. But to demonstrate, just run a really quick example over here. So this is the instaloader example. Let's make a new one. Flask example. So let's go into Flask example and then pip install Flask. So this is extremely it's quick just to show like it works like extremely quick. So we can open up the app.py and copy and paste this in. And now let's just run app.run on our local host, which is basically stands for our computer. Run it on port 5000, which is basically like if a computer has a bunch of ears, the port is which ear you're going to be talking to. So basically what a website really does, it's a program that listens to a bunch of commands, and when it hears a specific command, it serves back a page. So if you go to facebook.com or instagram.com, if you go to the main homepage, then it will tell you to go to the main homepage. But if you wanted to go to, for example, a specific page, like let's say we go to Instagram, then it basically says like, okay, like I see the Instagram thing, I'm listening to Instagram, I'm going to show you that specific web page. Same if you went to my profile, like my a restless nomad. It says, okay, this is my profile. Let's just serve up the information on this guy. So same deal with websites. It's just listening to a specific thing and then serving up this what you asked for. So now let's run app.py. So we install this on Python 3. So now it should be serving up hello world if we go to localhost, which basically stands for our local computer. You can see hello world. Basically, like, IP addresses are different addresses. It's kind of like a home address. If you have a specific home address, like 123 Terrace Place, that's your specific address, similar to IP addresses. So if you have an IP address for your website, then that's basically the home of your website. And when you call that home, then it will load up, and there's always one front door. If every port is like a different door, there's always one front door, which is 80 or 443, which is secure. Of course, all of that is over the scope of this course, but if you really want to develop websites, that's important stuff to know, basically to set up the infrastructure. If you're interested, just fill out the survey at the end of the course. I'll link it in the description in this video as well. And if you're interested in a web development course, I can put one together to demonstrate. I built this website in a week flat. I think now I've logged 28 hours on this total, and this is all built on Flask. It's basically a next generation digital management. What that means is it's a analytics tool for all your social media. So if you have a bunch of YouTube videos or Instagram posts, but you need like one central place to link everything, business cards, you can link to your Sigly page, and you can find it as sigl.ee, and that will link to this page. It's not up right now, so this is the internal version, but sigl.ee, completely free. By the time this course launches, there will probably be multi-channel attribution, which means that it will track. You can make a bunch of links for your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook, your business card, and you can track exactly where each link visit comes from. Extremely powerful. Analytics management and viewing and sharing. Log into my account just to show you. This is a testing account, so it's not real data, of course. So you can see that when we go into the dashboard, I don't think my email is working. So you can see that it should be working, but it's not. I'm just going to edit that part out. So sigl, sigl.ee. I'm not going to go super in depth with it, but it is a great tool. This is sort of like my Sigly page, just to demonstrate how it works. So sigl.ee. And just to demonstrate, this is my Sigly page, just to show you how it works. So if you have a bunch of links from different channels, YouTube, business cards, Facebook, Instagram, and you need a central place to see where all your links go, by the time this course launches, it'll probably have multi-channel attribution, and that basically means that you can see exactly, you can create a different link for every place you are linking to, and you can see exactly how well your content is doing. So just to demonstrate, we can go into my profile for testing and see that it is as a cover photo, as my profile picture, as well as my name and a short description. From here, we can actually click on one of my links. So it's sigl.ee, Sigly, and this is an internal testing version. By the time this course launches, there will probably be multi-channel attribution, which basically means that if you have a bunch of content on different courses, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc., business cards, flyers, it will be a central place to link to everybody, and you can create a different link for every channel so you can see exactly how well each piece of content is working. To just demonstrate, this is my Sigly link, and we can see that it is working properly. So you can see once we go into, so you can see that it's working properly. So you can see that once we go in, you can see my name, my my description, as well as a cover photo, a profile photo, and right now I only have one link, but when you click into it, it will take you to where you want it to go. In this case, we're just linking to test.com, but if we, for example, wanted to add a couple more, then we can really see the power of this kind of application. So here I enabled a few more options, and you can see that I'll link directly to my Pinterest, my Instagram, and you can create different labels for every one. This is my Instagram, my photography Instagram, my personal daydream, and this really brings all my channels together and makes it extremely powerful. So all in all, if you're interested in a web development course to build something like this, then fill out the survey after this course, or fill out the survey in the conclusion, and I'll be sure to put something together to show you how to create a website like this. If you're interested in Sigly, check out Sigly, sigl.ee, and it will be a great tool for building your content channels. But that covers Flask in this example. We covered a brief, extremely quick example of how to operate Flask. Started a really basic web application. You can see it works really quickly, literally 6 lines of code, 7 lines of code. So it's not very intense and lets you build web applications extremely quickly. Like this website, it only took me 28 hours to build. On another platform, that would have taken at least a couple weeks to a month. Great platform. The other one is called Django. I don't prefer it, but if you want something a little bit more powerful, then Django might be the right tool for you. But other than that, this covers the advanced library section, and we are going to conclude the course in the next section.